Tonight, President Biden back at the White House, back to wearing a mask. Just weeks after celebrating a return to mask-free life for the vaccinated.
Let this be the summer of joy and freedom.
But today, the major U-turn. The White House now ordering mask mandates inside federal buildings, even for the vaccinated, where the virus's spread is high. And President Biden tomorrow is expected to mandate all civilian federal employees be vaccinated or submit to strict COVID protocols. A dramatic reversal for the president, who was asked just months ago if he supports a vaccine mandate.
No, I don't think it should be mandatory. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
Under the expected new policy, officials here say those who do not show proof of vaccination would have to be tested frequently and wear masks. The president today again urging all Americans to get the shot.
Please, if you're not vaccinated, protect yourself.
But Republicans are slamming the shifting message, including on Capitol Hill, where the chief doctor announced a mask mandate for the House due to rising cases in D.C. Top Republican Kevin McCarthy saying that was not based on science, but a decision conjured up by liberal government officials who want to continue to live in a perpetual pandemic state. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi then calling McCarthy a moron.
Leader McCarthy says it's against the science.
McCarthy firing back.
We are vaccinated. We're not a hot spot, but they're forcing you to wear a mask. Not in the Senate, but in the House. This is just about more control.
To say that wearing a mask is not based on science, I think, is not wise.
And Peter, there's also a major headline tonight about a bipartisan infrastructure deal. What can you tell us?
That's right, Lester. The White House announcing it's reached a deal with bipartisan senators on this $1.2 trillion package, the most expensive transportation bill in U.S. history. A vote to advance it happening tonight.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.